Well, I guess I'll just do the news. Facebook shares slide after reports of data misuse. Well, imagine that. Imagine that. I guess they have a little black eye here. No, man, Rockefellers would never take any of your shit, now would they? No, never. So I did a video just now about the Austin bombings. That is ritualistic, and I've already thrown my 2 cents into the pot. And all you people who sit in silence need to step it up again, because I believe this is a high-ranking Mason thing. But, they've basically brought the war to your neighborhood, so, I don't know. Like I said, if you know these Masons are doing it, bring it out. Let's see what else. Here we go. Police order Google to hand over location data for all people near the crime scene. Okay. Oh my God, this is how bad they've been watching you. Now the police have, and I've already did a video about this. I think I talked about it. It was called Pre-Crime, where they have software and satellites, and they just been watching you. And now that this IED business is in your hair, guess what? They're able to ask Google to hand over location data. Yeah, they're testing the waters. But, that's okay. If they want to know when you brush your teeth and take a dump, that's up to you. But, these IEDs are serious. Police order Google to provide user data for all people near the crime scene. Okay, so all those people sitting in their homes are going to be able to sit there and say, well, Mrs. Smith looks okay, and Mr. Jones looks okay. But here they go. They got this story in Raleigh, North Carolina. They've presented Google with warrants. Now, let me ask you this. How do the police know to go to Google? How do they know that Google is responsible for all this data mining? How would the police know this? Well, there's a story I found, and it's called Palantir. Pre-crime. Okay. Palantir. Here, I'll just read it to you. Never heard of Palantir? Well, if you're a J.R.R. Tolkien Lord of the Rings fan, or a fan of the movie adaptations of the fantasy trilogy, you'll know what Palantir is. It is, for all intents and purposes, a crystal ball that functions as a kind of communication device, allowing its users presumably to see future action. It is also the name of predictive programming, developed by Peter Thiel, and rapidly being sold to law enforcement agencies around the country, according to this article shared by Mr. RT, and it's well worth reading and pondering carefully. Palantir is a special ops tech giant that wields as much as real-world power as Google. It is the CIA-backed startup. It is a Minority Report come true. It is all powerful, yet no one knows it exists. Palantir does not have an office. It has a SCIF on a back street in Palo Alto, California. SCIF stands for Sensitive Compartmentalized Information Facility. Palantir says its building, quote, must be built to be resistant to attempts to access the information within. The network must be air-gapped from the public internet to prevent information leakage. All right. Palantir watches everything you do and predicts what you will do next in order to stop it. As of 2013, the client list includes CIA, FBI, the NSA, the Center for Disease Control, the Marine Corps, the Air Force, Special Operations Command, West Point, and your IRS. Up to 50% of its business is with the public sector. In QTEL, the CIA venture arm was an early investor. Palantir tracks everyone from potential terror suspects to corporate fundraisers. Bertie Madoff was imprisoned with the help of Palantir. Child traffickers and what they refer to as subversives. But it's all done using prediction. In Iraq, the Pentagon used Palantir software to track patterns in roadside bomb deployment and worked out garage door openers were being used as remote detonators by predicting it. Palantir allowed the Marines to upload DNA samples from their remote locations and tap into information gathered from years of collecting fingerprints and DNA evidence. The results return almost immediately. Of course, all this calls to mind Dick's Department of Pre-Crime and the danger it presents, and the article itself mentions them. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I'll put this article in the description box so y'all can read it. It's pretty interesting. Your law enforcement is already using this data mining stuff on this crime that's happened in Austin. Okay. So, there you go. So here we go. You got an article here, how law enforcement is asking Google to hand over information near the crime scenes. Okay. The police requested the data are not small. In one instance, police requested user data from Google from anyone within a 17-acre area. So, you know, they're going after your privacy. Okay? Okay, kids. Let's see here. La 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 la. Now you got robots that are going to build your buildings. Oh my gosh. Strange sea creature. Okay, so a second article here. Data leak puts Facebook under intense scrutiny. Yeah. People, they've been watching you since you were probably a kid. See, they're already using DNA on crime. DNA on doorbell leads to arrest. Oh, my buddy Al Gore. Global warming triggers flying rivers, rain bombs. Right. Mr. Gore, I know that you and your crew are in charge of the weather. So, yeah. Whether your Nexrad and all that, your little toys, your technology, I know that y'all are involved in that. Your hurricanes and your artificial earthquakes. Yeah. Yep, Mr. Gore, I already know. So that's all I can say right now. I don't feel like talking much about the news. It's pretty bad. But, yeah, I think that this is the Masons are behind this whole thing in Austin, Texas. And this stuff will continue because it's a ritual killing until, mankind decides to break the ice and say enough of the bullshit. So, there you go. They have your DNA, they have your fingerprints, they can, use this technology to read your thoughts. Yeah, it's all, your Minority Report is here. I've told you what they've done to your sleep. They REM clone you. Rapid eye movement cloning. They do that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so, adios.